There's been plenty going on at Sandown while we're away mini challenge. James Tompkins, three-time Olympic gold medalist, just passed 2 cars at turn 1.
Oh, that was impressive stuff. Looked like BJ Cook ran a bit wide and gave James a chance. He's really proven to be a handy race car driver, isn't he?
He's done a great job in the Pizza Capers Mini. The 43-year-old, he's a 6-time Olympian in rowing, and he hasn't said no to going to London in 2012.
Mate, this guy's an absolute superstar. I mean, as a sportsman, you look up to guys like this and what they've achieved in their careers. But to actually turn up here, he's done those celebrity races. Look at him, looks like he's cuddling a tennis ball there, doesn't he? When he's done the celebrity races at the Grand Prix, and he turns up here, and he's actually done a very, very good job.
You know what, though? He's still living down that whole peaches, mango, peaches.
Why wouldn't you? He gets paid for it.
David Stillwell and Jeff Emery, this has been a really tight fight. Grant Sherrin has closed in here.
Oh, great close racing. A bit of battle these guys have had all weekend, really. They've raced throughout both races, nose to tail, and still managed to get on top of Emery in the last race, but Emery's going to be pushing very hard to get back on top in this one. And
that's the thing, with many challenging categories like it, it's a one-make category, so everyone's got the same Dunlop control tyre, the same Mini Challenge R56 machinery. Getting past takes real effort.
It does, and it's all about getting a good slipstream, making sure your mid-corner speed's up, squeeze the power on, and get the car flowing. And once you can get to that point, you can then try and position yourself for an out-braking manoeuvre at the end of the straight. That's where you can see you've got to feed the car in nice and gentle, let the rear take the grip, and then really just carry speed through the corner.
Last year, a certain Jay Bargwana won the Sandown Mini Challenge round. Just explain, obviously we've got Scott, your cousin, out there racing. What's your tie-up with Bargwana Motorsport?
Yeah, well, obviously last year I did race the Mini Challenge Series, and unfortunately we had a lot of success in that, so we've tried to carry that on this year. We've brought BJ Cook in as a driver. The 2 cars we raced last year, Scott's still in his car, BJ Cook's in my car from last year, and we've got Rock Energy Drinks as our sponsor for the team. As Emery has a look down the inside. Oh, you know what happens when that goes wrong. We've seen that earlier this weekend. So a really good close battle here. Dave Stillwell keeps his composure as Emery keeps pushing on. You can see he's got that run there. So can he position himself to get up the inside on brakes?
It's a real favourite, this 3.1 kilometre Sandown circuit. Very fast, very flowing, but still requires a lot of rhythm.
Oh, it does. And whilst we've seen this circuit over the years talked about as a horsepower track, it really does come down to the braking and handling of the car as well. It's so critical getting the cars over the top of the hill, getting the car through these third gear sort of medium speed corners. Balance is important, and obviously getting onto the straights, getting what power you've got down to the road.
John Magro keeping in touch, but just ran a little bit wide at turn 1.
It was a good battle there. We had the 5 cars pretty much nose to tail, but Magro's just dropped off the back of that slight mistake. So there's pressure on here. Scott Bargwana trying to catch up the back of Stokel. Stokel carrying that 50 kilos, so you can just see that it just hurts his car that little bit coming onto the straight.
Some new backing for, well, your team from Thermaline, who, that's the company, in fact, that built the cauldron for the 2000 Sydney Olympics that Kathy Freeman so famously lit on that wonderful night.
Absolutely, a lot of us remember that about 9 years ago, but Thermaline have come on board as a sponsor for our team. And yeah, that's one of their biggest projects, a Newcastle-based engineering company. So they're welcome to the first time in motorsport and very excited about it.
Scott Bargwana in 4th. The man, though, leading the way, Nathan Karate in the Glory Team racing car from WA. Grant Denyer just hasn't quite had an answer for him.
Karate's been very strong this year. He's slowly sneaked up to the point where now, this weekend, he's really been the man to beat. He missed pole position by 7, wait for it, 7/1000ths of a second. That was just unbelievable. But he's really been the man to beat in racing, so that car's quite quick. And he's out on his final lap now. He's won the first race. He did have that spin in the race 1 that was cancelled, so he's quite lucky there. But he's managed to win what ended up being the first race and now leading the last race of the weekend.
Yeah, we should point out race 1 was declared a non-race, so no points awarded. Just 2 races for the weekend, but we still refer to them as races 2 and 3. Grant's throwing everything at this last lap. Up over the exit curve, the exit of turn 4, and this is the run down the back straight, which is actually longer than the front straight.
It's so critical with the open diff in these cars, the way the diff works. You've really got to be smooth on that power. You can hear Grant's car wheels spinning a little bit, and he's trying to get in the toe for Karate to have one last crack. He wants to win the round. He's had a bit of success this year, Grant. So the championship's really coming down to a battle between he and his teammate Paul Stokely.
He's pulling double duty again this year with his
he's missed the apex there.
Yeah, no good there.
He's pushed quite hard and he's really cost himself an opportunity to win this one. So Karate's looking like he might be the man to beat.
Nathan Karate down to the final turn 12 before the little kink that forms turn 13 onto the Brock straight. And he will win 2 from 2 to take the mini challenge out at Sandown. Denyer second, Paul Stokely in third. That's important for the championship.
Absolutely. So the 2 Deco Rug guys on the podium there. Denyer looks a little bit disappointed with that. He knew he had a chance, but he blew it. So congratulations to Karate.
Thumbs up from Grant. The racing's still going on. Last corner, Andrew Fisher tries to sneak a spot on James Tompkins. And you don't fight with a bloke who's 6'6".
Especially if you're only 5'2".
Nathan Karate takes race 3 from Denyer and Stokel. James Tompkins did a great job. He finished in 9th, clear of Andrew Fisher at the end now. There's some post-race concerns regarding potentially illegal brake pads in the Nathan Karate car. So if indeed it's found that he's guilty of that offence and removed from the race 3 results, that will promote Denyer, Stokel and Bargwana to the podium for the weekend.
And potentially another 1-2 for the Deco Rug guys. So the integrity of the category is very important. These cars are identical, so it's all smiles on the podium at the moment. That could change during the week.
In terms of the championship, it's all smiles for Paul Stokel. He leads the way comfortably from his teammate Grant Denyer. Scott Bargwana sits third at the halfway point, but Chris Alajarjan has taken a tumble down the point score.
Well, that wraps up all the action from the halfway point in the mini challenge. Next stop, Phillip Island in September, and it's also the first of the V8 supercar endurance races. Before then, though, they head to Queensland Raceway in August, and you can catch all the action right here on 7. Thanks to Aaron and the whole crew. We'll see you next time.